I just want to mention that Charlie Kirk was once criticized for his Christian nationalistic views. And where do you think we should stand as Christians on that in the UK?
Good question. So it depends what we mean by Christian nationalism. So I'll put my cards on the table. I think Charlie Kirk is a Christian martyr.
Yeah.
Because he was killed for his Christian views on trans ideology. So he framed his views on trans ideology from his Christian faith, and that's what led him to be assassinated. So that makes him a Christian martyr. But that doesn't mean that all of his politics was Christian. It doesn't mean that I agree with all of his politics, because he was very much, it seemed to me, and only at a glance, I don't know his politics through and through, so I might be wrong and I'm open to correction. But it seemed to me that he was a Reaganite kind of Republican, like a Thatcherite conservative, Reaganite Republican. And there's a lot that's questionable about that politics from a Christian perspective. But we should honor Charlie Kirk as a Christian martyr. Now, the question about Christian nationalism splits in two ways. Is it the idea of the American dream sprinkled with a bit of Christian language and then presented to the world as some kind of Christian vision, in which case that kind of Christian nationalism is something that we should all reject, because that is Christ serving America, and that's not a kind of nationalism we can participate in? Or is it the idea of a reformation of the American state itself and of the American way of life itself, to go from America first to Christ first, where America seeks to be a servant of the global church and to lift up Christ as its king and to frame its identity by Christian values and doctrines and concepts? That kind of Christian nationalism is something that I think we should all be in favor of. And as Christians, we should all be pushing that whatever nation we belong to, whatever nation we live in, that we want to see that nation become part of a wider Christendom, a confederation of Christian nations that support trade and back one another up securely, because each of them is recognizing Christ as their Lord and is seeking to organize their culture, politics, economics, and society according to Christ's teachings.